Is Nigeria truly a home? People who live in Nigeria, and quite frankly, at the moment they make these comments, are unable to find their way out of Nigeria. They say things like, oh yeah, home is home. You cannot be treated in a foreign land like you are at home. I have some news for you, okay? First of all, let's define home. What is a home? A home is where you feel safe, loved, supported, and where your dreams can find expression. All right? Where you can get things that you deserve, where you can at least clock things in by merit. Nigeria is none of that. Let's talk about Nigeria, okay? And whether it's deserving to be called a home. First of all, life expectancy in Nigeria is barely 60 years. Once you leave Nigeria and move to the UK, your life expectancy potentially peaks by 20 years. Once you go to North America, it peaks by anywhere between 15 and 20 years. You are more likely to lose 15 to 20 years of life by just remaining in Nigeria. And that is supposed to be home. You're more likely to die from preventable diseases in Nigeria, more likely to die in an accident, more likely to be kidnapped, murdered in a robbery incident, die in road accident in Nigeria than in any other place outside of Africa, I would say. Nigeria is one of the most dangerous places to have a child. Why? Maternal mortality is crazy in Nigeria. Have you looked at the data? I suggest you look at it. Nigeria is one place that you're more likely to be required by the system to pay a bribe to get a job that you're qualified for anyway. Where lecturers are more likely to ask you for money for grades, or sometimes for you to pay to not lose grades that you already made, because they have to balance. They understand what I'm talking about. Nigeria. What is the poverty rate in Nigeria? 80 to 90% of Nigerians are fundamentally poor. Poor. Very, very poor. Barely 5 to 8% of Nigerians have up to 500,000 naira in their bank accounts. Convert that to pounds, convert that to dollars. Poverty. People are struggling, people are angry just because of their situation. Most of the politicians are corrupt, brutal, lawless, and they don't care. People are killed, investigations are not done, people are kidnapped, nothing is done. Terrorism is ravaging the north and spreading from the north to other aspects of the country. And this is home for you? I'm not going to say, share personal experiences of what I observed in Nigeria. There are enough people out there to share those things. I am not going to share any of that in this video. I want to focus my attention on verifiable data, not personal experience, because you may not be able to verify my story, so you can declare them as false. So I'm not going to share any of them with you. But I'm very sure that even the people that say home is home in Nigeria have had their taste of Nigeria. They are just maybe angry that they've not been able to leave yet. Maybe not. Maybe they truly believe in Nigeria. And that was us many years ago. We really believed in Nigeria. We hoped that it would get better. And then I tracked the trajectory of Nigeria. For the past 30 years, Nigeria has only gone in one direction. Backward. So if you spend the first 25 to 30 years of your life in a country hoping that it would get better, and it has gone the exact opposite direction, how much more do you want to wait? First of all, if life expectancy in Nigeria is 50, I think it's 55, but let's be generous, let's say it's 60. At age 20, you've lived 1/3 of your life in Nigeria, and Nigeria is still the same. No, actually getting worse. How much more do you want to wait? How much longer do you want to wait? 1/3 of your life, gone. Gone. If you are 30 to 40, you spend 2/3, you literally have 20 years left. And you think that those 20 will be the best for you? And, people who live abroad, because those rebuttals might come, they say, oh, I actually plan to retire in Nigeria. Please shut up. Shut the hell up. There's a difference. People think that just because some people who live abroad plan to retire in Nigeria, that it means that Nigeria is truly a home. They don't understand that you and those people are not the same. They've worked their entire lives abroad. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of money in retirement. They are not coming to even join the middle class. They are coming right at the top. They are coming as the first class, the upper class. They can afford to pay people to massage them every day for the rest of their lives. They can afford, they already have a house in Nigeria. You probably do not. They can afford good cars in Nigeria. You cannot. They can pay staff to take care of them. They have foreign citizenship. They can decide to fly themselves out of the country on occasion of health challenges. You cannot. They are citizens. They probably can get kidney and liver transplant outside of Nigeria, even for free in some places. You cannot. You and them are not the same. They understand that. But they won't tell you that. Oh, I actually, this abroad thing, I would like to retire in Nigeria. At some point, I'll go back. Why don't you stay in Nigeria, make that money in Nigeria, and spend it in Nigeria? That's the only way to prove that it really works. Nigeria works for like 5% or less of the people in it. That's how you know that a nation is terrible, if it works for a tiny minority of the people. If Nigeria is not working for even half of Nigerians, then something is wrong. That's what I'm talking about. These people have spent their lives abroad. They've made so much money. They can come back anytime. I can come back whenever I want. They can retire and choose, you know what? I think my money, this is the math they do. Their money would have much more value in Nigeria than abroad. So when they're not working anymore, they want to maximize the value of their money, the purchasing power of their money. So they come back to Nigeria so that money will last much longer for them. They are also able to buy more power with that money. At that point in their life, it's not making money that is their problem. It's just legacy. So they'll come and buy chieftaincy, buy things, even get into politics if they want. They can afford anything they want. They can vacation anywhere they want in the world. If they feel their money is going down, they probably at that point have investments abroad that pay them in foreign currency and they convert it to Nigeria. And they are spoiled in Nigeria. They can choose to go back anytime. They can choose to go to their other country, spend 1 year, 2 years, come back to Nigeria. They can even choose to go back into the workforce abroad, work for a while, come back to Nigeria. They can choose to work for 4 months. The money they will make working 3 to 4 months abroad will pay their bills. That's even putting it very lightly. We give them a luxurious lifestyle for the rest of the year. That's not you. That's not you. So maybe before you say this, places like home, ask yourself, what is home for you? Define home. And maybe you should compare what you call home to what other places look like. Oh, you will not be accepted abroad like in Nigeria. Let's address that. You are more likely to be accepted, supported, given things by merit in a foreign land than you would outside your ethnicity in Nigeria. Let me explain it further. If you're a Yoruba, okay? I'm an Igbo, so I don't want to say Igbo in Yoruba so to sound a bit tribalistic, right? But let me say it the other way around. As a Yoruba person, okay? You're more likely to be accepted in the UK, given the opportunity to buy a house, land, get a job. You are more likely to be treated equitably in the UK than you would in Igbo land. Vice versa. If you're an Igbo in the north, if there is Sharia war, you are the first target. Add Christianity to that, you guys know the story. You are more likely to be treated well in a foreign land than in Nigeria. In fact, once you move from your village in Nigeria to another village, okay, if you behave anyhow, you'll be reminded that even though all of you are Igbo, that the Igbo is an ethnicity. There are several tribes within the ethnic group. You'll be reminded that you come from a tribe separate from that tribe. Okay? We know these things. We're just full of bullshit. We just talk rubbish. So you're more likely to be treated well. I don't want to share, I am tempted to share personal stories, but how many of you have applied for jobs in Nigeria and you realize that those who paid got the job? And you didn't get it because you didn't pay money, or because you didn't open, if you're a female, you didn't open leg for somebody in the same country. I've never had to pay anybody, lobby anyone to get a job outside of Nigeria. And I've never been denied a job because of race, because of color, because of any of that. I've been treated very well. I hope you are treated well in Nigeria too. Bye.